Hey, I'm Terrance Brownlee.
And I'm Frances Raynolds. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. In this episode, we'll preview the Annapolis Rotary Crab Feast and take you on a tour with our fire boats. But first, making headlines this week, all the action at Maryland Live Casino is not just about poker, jackpots, and prizes. Money from the casino also goes to local projects. This week, more than $16 million in grants were awarded to the surrounding community. Here's what County Executive Steve Shue had to say about the grants.
10 million visitors a year come through this facility, and as a result of all that activity, has emerged as one of the economic engines of Anne Arundel County. But more importantly than all that, Maryland Live and the Cordish companies are our partner in making Anne Arundel County the best place to live, work, and start a business in the state of Maryland.
The money will pay for a ton of projects and upgrades, including new police vehicles, improvements to the Harmons-Dorsey Fire Station, new lighting and restrooms for Meade High School's athletic fields, and much more. Smaller grants were awarded to the Boy Scouts, the Chesapeake Arts Center, Meade High School's PTA, and the Severn Crest Homeowners Association. Congratulations to all the grant winners. You were there, Terrance. What did you think of the casino?
Well, the casino was great. It was a great community event. They donated $16 million to our community. The food was also great. I mean, the food was pretty good. And then to see that they donated money towards Meade Senior High School's athletic facilities, means a lot to me since I've played football here in the county and played in those facilities. And it's nice to see that they're donating money to support that. Well, Francis, the casino wasn't my only stop this week. I'm now here hosting the Week in Review. I also rode on one of the county's fire boats with my fellow intern, Andrew White, who filed this report. Andrew?
With more than 500 miles of coastline, the fire department has to bring a lot of horsepower to the water. There are 3 boats that help them cover as much ground as possible. There's Fireboat 19, a 43-foot metalcraft marine with twin 585 horsepower engines. This is the primary vessel for fire, rescue, and emergency rescue service to the central and northern bay and rivers. Fireboat 41 is a 35-foot Moose with twin 300 horsepower engines. It launches from Shadyside and is the primary vessel for South County. And Fireboat 13 launches from Bar Harbor in Pasadena. A 28-foot Boston whaler is operated by the Riviera Beach Volunteer Fire Company. I'm here with Fire Chief Allan C. Graves, and I'd just like to ask, what is the importance of having fire boats for the Anne Arundel County Fire Department?
One of the things that we have with the fire boats is that we're responsible as the fire department for fires within Anne Arundel County. So that includes both on the land and on the water. We're one of the only agencies, while there are a lot of rescue agencies and patrol agencies, law enforcement agencies that work on the water, the fire department is the only one that actually has firefighting capabilities, that reliable firefighter capabilities on our boats. So that's an area that we find that's important. And although we have a small group, we have 2 fire boats, 2 career fire boats, and 1 volunteer fire boat. We do cover a large area, but with a small force, we're pretty robust in our capabilities.
And what kind of incidents do you guys respond to?
What most people think of for fire boats would be a boat fire, and we do those. We do rescue calls for people that may have fallen off of a boat or a sinking boat, but we do some service calls too, maybe boats close to jetties or hazards. We can help them with getting them away. But what people don't think about is we also do land-based firefighting with the fire boats. What they can do is, since Anne Arundel County is surrounded by water and there's many tributaries that go inside, that if we have a residential fire or a commercial fire that's near the water's edge, we're able to bring the fireboat in and they can provide water supply, or they can even supply firefighting by their large turret guns that they have on it to be able to suppress fires that are near the water's edge.
Yeah, and what kind of features are on, this is Fireboat 19 right here, what kind of features are on this boat that allow you to fight fires effectively?
It has the pump, so it's able to draw water in, large capacity water. It has turrets on it where they're able to point those turrets and control those turrets. They also have hand lines, so if it's a smaller boat or they're near the boat, or maybe it's even a marsh fire or brush fire near the water, they're able to use the hand lines to suppress the fire close to it. They also have rescue capabilities, so they have patient moving devices, so they can get people out of the water, they can get them from boats to this boat. They can also serve as a platform for our dive team. If they're doing a dive operation, that the divers can operate off of that boat, diving, control, communications, and everything part of that.
And can you give us an example of a recent incident?
One that actually happened to be on. I was nearby and heard the call go out, and we had a small boat fire near Dobbins Island. So we were able to respond from here to that area. We were assisted in that by the Baltimore City Fire Department. They had a fireboat in the area, so they responded, as well as a Coast Guard boat as well. So between the 3 boats there, we were able to suppress the fire. A towboat came in and took the boat away from the area and put it in a secure location so that the owner could then do what they needed to do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We had a great time out on the water today, and it's good to know these services are here for emergencies. I'm Andrew White for Week in Review.
Thanks, Andrew. I'll tell you what, Francis, those boats were fast. Well, you do have to think those boats have to be able to respond quickly to any emergency that goes on throughout the whole county. So they're traveling through the bay and throughout the bay very swiftly.
Well, it sounds like fun. I wish I could have been there.
Yeah.
Attention West County residents, we want to tell you about an important meeting coming up on Wednesday, August 5th at 6 p.m. The meeting in Annapolis will focus on the Odenton Town Center Master Plan. This is the document that guides development around the town center for the next decade. Staff from the Department of Planning and Zoning will be on hand at the meeting to discuss a draft plan you can find on our website. Go to www.aacounty.org and click on the news link below the banner to read the plan. Then come out to the meeting and put your stamp on it. Among the issues covered are how to plan for roads to handle the town center, improving the MARC train station, and blending the town center in with the surrounding community. The public meeting on August 5th will be held at 2664 Riva Road in Annapolis. We hope to see you there.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break. But when we return, we're going to talk to Jim Campbell about the Annapolis Rotary Crab Feast. So get out your old bay. Take a look at our community calendar for events around town. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
I will not be news today. I will not make another push to be the first man in space with frosted tips and a puka shell necklace. And I will not go viral when my terror is caught on camera when I finally realize that in the vacuum of space, no one can hear you sing. I'm Lance Bass, and I will not be trending today because there is a much bigger story that needs to be heard.
Welcome back. The Annapolis Rotary Crab Feast is back again, and it brings more than 2,000 people and more than 300 bushels of crabs. Jim Campbell, the chairman of the Rotary, is here today to talk about it with us.
So tell us about the Crab Feast. How long has it been going on, and what are some of the highlights?
Well, Francis, I'm glad you asked. The Crab Feast is in its 70th year.
Wow.
Yeah. And highlights, I think one of the major issues that I'd like to bring out is that all of our profits go to all local nonprofit organizations. So every amount of money that we bring in that we do not expend on making the event happen, we give back to the community. And Terrance is right. We have over 300 bushels of crabs and around 2,000 people each year. So it's a lot. One of the unique things this year, we're in our third year working now with Annapolis Green. So we are zeroing in on a zero waste event. So there will be no trash going to landfills. And so if you were to come to the Crab Feast this year, you might be able to come back next year and get a little bag of compost that your crabs were from the previous year.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, at this Crab Feast, is there any other food than crabs?
Oh yeah, I'm glad you asked. Crabs, all the crabs you can eat, that's important. All the beer and refreshments you can drink for $65. If you're not a crab eater, you can, Adam's Ribs is, from Savannah Park is graciously offered. They give us barbecue and hot dogs. So it's, anything you want to have. And it's a great time. And one other thing of importance is that it happens rain or shine. We're all undercover, and so, you don't need to bring your umbrella. Just come on out and be ready to eat.
Okay.
And how much are tickets, and how would I purchase one if I wanted?
Okay, tickets are $65. If you were to, you can get tickets at the door. They're a little bit more expensive at the door, but you can go to our website, www.annapolisrotary.org, and you can purchase tickets right off the website there.
Well, hey, Jim, how many crabs can you eat?
It's a good question, Terrance. Actually, you'd think that being the chairman of the Crab Feast, I could eat a lot of crabs, but I was born and raised in Philadelphia, and I'm a cheesesteak kind of guy. So I would probably say 2. How about you guys? How many can you eat?
Well, me, I probably could agree with you, Jim. I could only eat about 1 or 2 crabs. I can't, I don't really like to pick through the crabs and then eat them. But I do have an uncle and aunts and my mom, they could tear up probably a whole bushel by themselves.
I'm going to have to agree with you two on that too. I definitely can only eat 1 or 2, but like Terrance, I have a lot of family members who love crabs. Well, thank you so much for coming in and talking to us today, Jim. We'll see you at the Crab Feast.
My pleasure, Francis. Thank you.
We'll be right back after this short break.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back. If you have been downtown to Annapolis lately, you may have noticed some changes at the Arundel Center. Travis Bucknall talked to Central Services Director Doug Jones about the makeover. Travis.
Thanks, Terrance and Francis. As you can see, the Arundel Center is looking very good, thanks to Doug, and here we're going to talk about what he's been doing here.
Travis, I was tasked by the executive office up on the 4th floor to bring the lobby back to the 21st century, but not to spend any money. So what we did is we cleaned the paneling, we redid the seal that hangs on the wall, we put new ceiling tiles in where they were stained, we cleaned the grid, we put molding around the doors and flint molding and rosettes and things like that. And the cost of the paneling was the biggest thing. It cost $800 and we didn't have to replace it, and it hadn't been cleaned for at least 25 years. So it really came out beautiful.
So what have you been doing here in the lobby?
Well, we did the paneling, we put some carpet in, we put a new county seal and sealed the brick, we put the doors, brass on the bottom of the doors, just things to clean it up and make it look nice and make it look more modern, more warmer.
Okay, so what have you been doing outside the building?
Well, we put some plants in, we refurbished the picnic tables downstairs, outside, we did some brickwork, and we redid the flag. That's about, mostly what we did.
All right, thanks for telling us here about the Arundel Center. Back to you guys at the studio.
Well, thanks, Travis. Maybe we can go and talk to Doug about making some improvements on my off-campus house.
I definitely need that. So you're a senior at Towson.
Yes, soon to be senior, yes.
What's your major?
Political science, and yours?
I'm a sophomore at UC Berkeley, and I am planning on double majoring in English and Media Studies.
Whoa. So what are your future goals for that?
I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. How about you with poli-sci?
I plan on going to law school. So when do you go back to school?
I head back pretty early, August 13th. So how about you?
That's really early. I'm not even sure when school starts yet, honestly.
That's a good place to be.
I don't even want to think about it yet. I'm still trying to enjoy my summer.
That wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archived episodes online anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or Google Plus by searching Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county. We'll see you next time.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.